Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast episode 37 for Tuesday the 6th of October 2020. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag Peebs and Stunty, Steam ID, Webby, 360G. And joining me on this fine evening is...
Resident Chivo Whore, Mr. Peebs.
Not worthy of the patron, but you get me for free. It's number one stunt master.
And the man with his personal space hopper, Sensei Switch.
Woohoo! How are we all doing?
And Collie Wally.
Oh, Colin's just appeared. Hello. Wow, that was like...
Oi, oi.
Oh, that's a nice surprise. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Just appears out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. How's it going?
Good.
What have you been up to?
Just got back from a bike ride. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. Oh, I'm just cocking around with this. I've just noticed something going on with my stream. So I'm just messing around with it now. Just like a weirdo. Oh, it's nice to see you, mate. How was your bike ride?
Lovely.
Is it nice
the weather's
weather
still
today?
warm.
Yeah.
The leaves are changing.
Yeah.
Oranges, yellows, greens. Beautiful hues.
You didn't get a sore arse then?
No sore arse.
No.
I have those bike shorts with the padding in the
dear.
Oh, you're wearing the local
undercarriage.
shorts. Whoa, sexy.
You don't wear lycra, do you?
Well, no.
It's
Well,
protectors.
no, I have baggy shorts on top, and then underneath is the gel padding. Got to keep the urethra as
I have them.
unmolested as possible.
You don't want to be getting saddle sore.
Yep.
No.
Some people put cream on, don't they?
Do they?
Down below. Well, no, they do.
Tumbleweed.
Well, no, but for long bike rides, this is not
Is
dirty.
that
this
wanking cream you like to use?
No. No, you think people, they use it for running, don't they? For like when they do
Vaseline.
marathons, they use this special cream. Yeah.
Anti-rash.
Well, it's because your balls bang from left to right, don't they?
Well, at least you're not having to wear tighty whities like I am at the moment.
Have you told everyone what you've had done?
Yeah, I mentioned it in the Patreon show last week. Yeah, I had the old snip on Monday. Yeah, still sore and bruised. It's not pretty.
Do they knock you out when they do it?
No, it's just low. It's just a local.
Yeah, I had mine done, and I must have had mine done over 10, 12 years ago now, yeah, and they just numb that area.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you just lay in there with them
Injection or did I freeze it?
Injection was for me anyway.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Make a couple of incisions, couple of cuts, got some...
Smell of burning flesh.
No.
No cauterization.
No, because there's a couple of ways of doing it. So the way that they did me was they just cut a centimetre of tube out of each side.
They don't come around and give them to you in a bowl then.
No, they did show them to me. Yeah, like I was like, oh.
Do they? Look, I'm Alex Higgins here, ball haggling.
Have you got to go like take some samples to like make sure the sperm's?
Yeah, I've got to post them off, mate.
Post them, yeah.
Yeah.
Better do it recorded.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the missus will give me a hand with that.
Is she looking at you?
No, she's not in the room. I can see she's not there.
Don't worry about it, darling.
Well, she's hiding.
Yeah, it takes a couple of weeks to heal, apparently, so I'm still having to take painkillers, and I'm still very tender, shall we say.
Does that mean you walk like you shit yourself then?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The things we do for love.
At the moment, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's all good, mate.
I
It's all
think
good.
I'll keep mine as they are, I think.
Oh, fair enough. I don't blame you. Doesn't take long. It takes like 15
My
minutes.
privates are unmolested.
I don't care how long it takes. I'm not having them done.
Oh, what a way to start a show, eh?
Yeah. Just call it balls.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, so just go into the news before we start going on about what we've been playing. Then there's not been loads of news that I'm aware of. A couple of things have come out. I've seen a comparison image of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and the PlayStation 5 is bloody massive compared to the Series X. I mean, I was quite surprised. I don't know what you guys think. Hello?
What's
It
that
does that thing on
thing,
PS4,
but
doesn't it? Where you're in it, but you're not.
What's that, mate? Can you say that again?
Hopefully that
Who's
that
actually in
opening's
the
all intact.
stream? Can they just tell Webby that none of us can hear him?
Can you hear me now?
That he's talking without us at the moment. I'm not.
Can you not hear me?
Webby, we've not heard you for the last 5 minutes.
Can you hear me?
Got you now.
Yeah, now we
can hear you.
We couldn't hear you for the last 5 minutes.
Strange.
Okay.
Okay.
A couple of minutes, if that.
Okay, so I was just going to say that the PS5 is, compared to the Series X, a picture went online, and I was quite surprised at how big the PS5 is compared to the
It's
Xbox.
massive, isn't it? No, they're both huge, though, aren't they, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But just how tall the PS5 is compared to the Series X.
Mine will be laying on its side, but lengthwise, so...
I watched a Digital Foundry earlier, the Xbox One. There's not much ventilation on it, is there? They've only got the bit on the top, and then there's a couple of vents on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know how much of the inside is actually empty, like in comparison of what it holds. Because the reason both of these machines are so big is to do with the ventilation. It has to be.
Yeah.
Well, probably on the PlayStation, because of the noisy thing the Pro is, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
No. But,
yeah. Sorry, yeah, I think you lost me earlier because I'm doing a lot of stuff on my laptop at the moment, and it's just not as good as my PC I normally use. So yeah, I think it struggles a little bit when I'm streaming and I'm flicking between tabs on my web browser, etc.
No worry.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Another couple of bits of news about the storage of both the new consoles coming out. The Xbox Series X has 802 gig of usable storage space.
That's like 2 versions of Warzone.
Yep. And the PS5, it's leaked, only has 625 gig of usable storage.
Triter. I thought it was supposed to only have about 800 after the because that means it's not even a terabyte hard drive then.
Yeah. No, apparently it's 800 and something gig, and then the difference is just
that doesn't sound right, because there's no hard drives that are 800 and something gig. It's either like a terabyte or 500 gig.
Well, that's the word on the street I've been seeing today anyway, so we'll see if it's true or not. But if it is true, then that's not that great, is it?
No,
that's absolutely horrendous.
I must admit, though, when you do put when you put the hard drive in when I put my hard drive in the PlayStation 4, it did drop it slightly anyway. I mean, the external was dead on, as in 2 or 4 terabyte, whatever it was I put in this.
Yeah.
But the one that I put in the PS4, my original one, that drops from 1 terabyte down straight away. But I don't know, it's probably just user shit, isn't it? But
it's all it's the system stuff that's on there. It has to
that's
have
what I
all
mean.
the system memory and like startup and all that.
Seems a lot on the PlayStation, though, for nearly 400. Well, it is 400.
I mean, I think in this day and age, because I think we struggled with this gen systems with the storage space anyway, and that's with a terabyte. I've got an external drive on my Xbox, an extra couple of terabytes, and I managed to fill that up. And my PlayStation 4, I've got a 1 terabyte internal drive on that because I've got the Pro, and I've had to delete shitloads of games off it just to have the games I want to play. But
I've got a 2 in mine, and I have to keep deleting stuff. For me personally, 6 terabytes is about right.
Yeah, but it's just so expensive. That's the problem.
And you don't necessarily be able to get hard drives that size for the type of drive that it is.
No. So, there's obviously that option for people to buy the extra storage, but it's going to be quite expensive. So it's if people are willing to pay for it.
Yeah, I will be, because
Yeah, and the other bit of news... it's not PlayStation news this week. The Spider-Man remake. They've changed Peter Parker's face, and people are quite upset about it.
Sending death threats, didn't they?
Why are people so bothered about the face?
Yeah, people. they
Why
put
are
a
they
thing out.
sending death threats, for fuck's
Yeah,
sake?
the guy from Insomniac came up and said, come out. I think it was last night on Twitter and said, for all you care, all the death threats you sent me and the rest of it, ain't going to make any difference. I'm not interested, sort of thing. It's like, but it's just mad, that people, fanboys, realistically, of Spider-Man are just, it's just a nightmare. And gaming it's the only thing of gaming I hate is the fanboys you get from the consoles to the games that will moan like mad about a game. Yeah, the what? No, but you know what I mean. It's like, if a game comes out, like, I mean, I didn't like the last Gears of War, but I didn't actually get onto the developer and say, I'm going to come around here and kill you.
Yeah, but do you know what them people are? They're like little nerds sat in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
Like, that's all they are.
Yeah, like I say, I've voiced displeasure here and there, like to actual game companies about decisions they make, but I've never singled people out and issued any kind of threats against them. It's just stupid.
I think that's the issue with with social media and internet in general, because you see that sort of behaviour in all forms of media.
Yes,
hiding behind a faceless avatar.
Disgusting. I completely agree. You wouldn't dare speak to someone face to face like that. So why would you speak to people like that on the internet?
It's keyboard terrorists, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's because you can get away with it. I mean, I've heard of stories from because I follow boxing, and I've seen things where people have actually turned around and said, "Oh, you're a shit boxer. Oh, I could smash you up." And there's actually been this one chance where someone actually met someone and he shit himself because he actually realised, and he actually apologised. I said, "I didn't mean to talk to you like that," but it's still, you've done it. You wouldn't go out on the road and say, "Oh, you're a fucking wanker" or something like that, would you?
No, actually, you head kicked.
Yeah, I can't remember what that boxer was, but there was one. It was a couple of years back now where he was getting grief off someone on Twitter, and the boxer actually found out. Did some investigation, found out where he lived, and knocked on his door and asked him if that's what you were talking about.
Really?
But yeah, it wasn't quite a famous boxer, and he knocked on his door, and they said, "Right, come on then." And mate was like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't mean it," and obviously shit himself.
Yeah.
But was it Ronnie Pickering?
No. But it's just
is that the road rage guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legendary video from years back.
Yeah.
But you see it all the time. You get people that just hide behind their keyboards, and they have when you see their profile, there's no picture. It's just a fake account they've just made up just to slag someone off. It happens with everything from football to everything, doesn't it? But it has got a lot worse recently, with social media. But there's not much you can do, is there? Really, apart from
Well, you don't have to play that version. Is
that Darren?
Dropped.
Did you drop? Okay.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Okay, well, since he's dropped, it's going to move on to a lot of reviewers have got the Series X in hand, and it's getting some good reviews. Mainly just talking about, this gen games running on the next gen console, that they're running with more frames and looking nice, and it's very quiet apparently, blah, blah, blah. It's just quite interesting that Microsoft has sent these out so early, because usually review systems don't get in the hands of reviewers till a couple of weeks before launch. It
is only a couple of weeks, isn't it?
No,
about a month, isn't it?
So.
Yeah, it's a month. It's a month, isn't it? Dead on, isn't it?
Yeah,
4 weeks.
I'm actually thinking that you guys are going to have your next gen systems before I get my new graphics card.
Well, Darren will. I don't think anyone else is getting one.
No.
What's that?
You're the only one that's getting next gen, aren't you?
Yeah, both.
Yeah, because
We're getting both on day one.
Yeah, I've had the emails through to say I've got them both as well.
Did you pre-order them both through Shop 2?
I did indeed.
Yeah, because a lot of people are quite upset because they said they pre-ordered their consoles when they first could pre-order earlier on in the year, like April or something, and they've had emails saying they're not getting the console at launch.
Yeah, they got slagged off as well, didn't they, last year? Nothing to do with them either.
Yeah, I think probably what they've done is they've probably gone through everyone's pre-registrations, seen the dates that people pre-registered for the pre-orders, seen who's probably been customers of the shop longest and who buys the most off of them, and probably served those people first. like serve the loyal people that have always been with them for the longest. It would make sense as a shop to do that.
Yeah.
But
instead of the never shopped with them before, only buying it because they're going to stick it on eBay.
I hate that.
Which is happening at the moment anyway, because eBay and Facebook's full up with. Well, I don't know about Xbox because I haven't really looked, but the PlayStations, they're bloody all over.
Yeah. So annoying thing that I've seen with the graphics card I've ordered is people have got, so like myself, I'm in a queue, waiting. I'm like 550 in the queue for my card or something. And I've looked on eBay for the cards just out of pure curiosity. And loads of people have put their pre-orders on eBay for like double the price of the freaking card, which is insane. I don't get that. I really don't. And people are mugs if they're going to actually bloody pay these people.
You'd wonder if eBay themselves would have a way of stepping in and stopping like people putting up like things like that early.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely insane.
Especially the sellers that are putting up bulk orders. You know what I mean? Like, I've got 10 of these for sale or whatever. Yeah. Like that early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work because if you bought it now off of someone that's a reseller, you've got to pay for it now. You can't put a pre-order. eBay is you have to pay for it now. Yeah. But you only get so long with a PayPal transaction that you can claim back on.
Yeah, I know.
If it doesn't arrive in a month and a half, I'm not sure. It's normally a month. Normally is the limit. I mean, I don't know. So, but
I mean, they could be pretty quick at.
Wow, I don't know. I mean, I pre-ordered mine. God, I think it's about I ordered it 3 weeks ago. I still don't they haven't got the stockings. They're having a lot of supply issues at the moment.
Is it actually released now? Then it's not like coming soon.
Yeah, released on the 17th. I paid the money, £720, and no idea when I'm going to fucking get it. What?
Oh my gosh! You spent that much money on a graphics card.
Yeah.
Redonk.
Let's move on.
Double the power of the Series X, mate. It's worth it in my book.
It's future-proofing, basically.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. That's me set until the next console gen, knowing that
7 years you won't buy an upgrade.
Can we have that
I won't
right?
need to, mate, because I know that I'm going to be last in now with more power than the consoles. I'm happy.
The ray tracing. We keep having the same conversation.
I know.
We guarantee he'll change it in a couple of years.
Probably, but
guaranteed.
The last thing is that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members will get EA Play on the 10th of November.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this because I have Ultimate, but I don't have the EA access, so I'm going to benefit from this.
Yep, same here. I mean, I haven't had EA access for a long time, and the cool thing is as well is you get the EA Play on Xbox and PC as well. So nice. You get a lot of games for your money for the ultimate price of £15 a month. If you have both systems, mate, you don't really need to buy any games. Just the amount of content is just unbelievable. I'm looking forward to playing that new Need for Speed game because that's on there as well now.
Yeah, anyway, it'll do me a favour, a bit of freshen up because although I was singing the praises of the Game Pass last week because that's all I've been playing, I've now come into a point where I need to find my next big game that I'm going to plunge into, and I'm like looking at the Game Pass thinking played, don't want to play, don't fancy that one, and now I'm just thinking, what am I going to play next? And I just need to refresh it a bit.
I mean, that's what I've been playing my PlayStation 4 a hell of a lot recently because there's just so many great exclusives on that I've been playing recently. It's just been I've had a really good time on that. So it is nice to have a little bit of a change up, to be honest. That's all my news. Is there any other news to add?
Minecraft Steve is in Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Minecraft Steve and what's the other? Because there's two of them, isn't there? Steve and I don't know the other guy's name.
There's some chick. Alex.
Okay, yeah, they're in Smash Bros. Cool, I suppose. I haven't played Smash Bros in ages. I should actually. We should do another game night on that. Actually, that'd be quite cool. There is rumours that Master Chief might make an appearance at some point in the future as well. So that'd be cool. Nice. Peebs.
Chuck anyone in there now.
Yeah. What have we been playing, Peebs?
Not a lot, well, quite a bit, but not really anything different from last time we spoke. Obviously, Warzone still quite a bit.
I saw Colin was playing that all bloody weekend, non-stop. Every time I get on list, Colin's playing Warzone.
Yeah, we just can't get enough of it at the minute, and it's surprising because even for me, when I've bought all the previous Call of Duties, I play them for quite a while, but this one is the longevity.
It's got
of it.
legs.
Yeah, we just still keep playing.
Yep. So we can talk about Season 6, right? Coming out.
Yeah.
So the subways are open. You can get on the tube and go around the map. First time on the tube, somebody ended up in the gas. I can't remember. They got on a train.
Me.
That was Stunty. Took the train in the wrong direction, ended up in the storm, and died. Bless his heart.
Yeah, so you
quite
can
funny, waving out the window as I went off into the gas.
Yeah, so now you can go down into the tube station. The tubes come and go, and the doors open. You can actually get on them, and they close, and they'll take you to the next tube. But you've got to be careful. Obviously, we didn't realise, but Stunty jumped in it. Me and Colin didn't get in there in time, luckily, and the tube went off, but it went in the direction of the gas and killed him.
Oh no!
So you have to be careful.
The details are very impressive. There is signage depending on which platform you're on of which direction the train is headed, and when you get in the actual train car itself, there's signage in the car of where you're going and what the next stop is. So some cool attention to detail stuff that makes the experience cool and helps you stay aware of kind of what's going on. It's not left to chance if you are savvy enough to kind of take the time to figure out what you're doing. So just so people are like, if you haven't gone in, it is like the realism is such, it teleports you to the train. It doesn't actually, ride you through actual tunnels. These are just like mini teleport stations, probably the same code and the same logic that moves you to the gulag and out of the gulag. It just transports you to the next station. I've had.
It's a shame. You could have had some awesome firefights on the tubes with two groups of people.
The tunnels themselves don't actually go all the way under the map. And I don't know why they did it, but maybe they have, because the tracks are electric. They're like live wire electric, and so if you jump down onto the tracks, you start. You take damage from being electrocuted, which is odd, but I suppose most tube stations do have warnings about they run on electricity and don't want you down in the tracks. So the other situation that was cool in the game, Peeps, were you in the game with me when we're in the station waiting for the train pulls up and there's a full team in the train, the doors open, and we just sprayed them with bullets and executed them right then and there. And
nice.
It was like, oh shit, there's people in there, and everybody opened fire. So just seeing all those new elements, plus lots of new weapon loadouts, right? Like new types of guns to keep things fresh and interesting, which I think is cool. So very happy with Season 6. The Battle Pass, I bought it. It pays for itself. I bought it with the COD points that I earned doing the last Battle Pass. So it just keeps going and going. And it's the best time passer, in my opinion, out right now when it comes to multiplayer gaming. Sorry for Peeps for taking so much time.
The thing that I've noticed about COD, as I saw an article today, that on the PC version it's now 250 gig, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's the only sort of downside to it. It takes up every update, and there's a bit more to it, and it does take up a hell of a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And are you gonna purchase the new Call of Duty, Colin?
I'm thinking about it. Is that a November release?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, Ronald Reagan and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, if it has a new Warzone mode with a new map, I will purchase it. But Warzone's free, so I don't know if that will even happen. It sounds like this will be multiplayer maps and a campaign.
Yeah.
And so
I think it's and zombies. Zombies.
Yeah.
And
zombies is always fun.
Yeah, and I think you still can play the Warzone through The new. I don't think it's going to be a new. It's not going to be well, as far as I know, it's not a new map or anything. But you can still load that game up and play this Warzone through that game. So.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think I'm going to pick it up because I think Zombies doesn't always have the legs, but it is good. It is good fun when you get a group of you in there. But yeah, it's not something you constantly keep playing. But just be.
I have a confession. I've never played a Call of Duty Zombies game.
Wow. Oh man, I've got some good memories of that on the 360.
What is it like? Are the maps super big or are they kind of small?
Yeah,
and it's just about like defending and re-ammoing.
Full of loads of secrets.
Yeah, I mean they've got bigger. I mean the first one I can't remember which one it was. It World at War.
World at War.
Yeah,
it was basically just a house, and obviously because it became quite popular over the years, they've got bigger and bigger. And I think the last one just gone was they had about 4 or 5, even maybe 6 maps, but you did have to pay for some. But they're really good. And you start off in like in one room, and then you can open rooms, and they get bigger and bigger. And there was the one before that I think was set in the 80s, like shopping mall, wasn't it? That was quite a good one. I did play that one quite a lot. That was pretty good, but they are quite difficult, pretty unforgiving. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Basically, accumulate points like you do in Hold Collie, and you use those points to either buy weapons, open doors, or put up fortifications.
I think you'd quite like it.
Let me know how it goes. I think I'd be more interested in the 80s campaign than anything else. And so I'm interested if you get it, Peeps, to play a couple missions on the campaign and let me know if it's any good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to... Well, there's a few games I want to pick up, really. I want to hear your guys' reviews of this Star Wars Squadron, because I was really tempted to pick it up on Friday. But I've been persuaded to wait and see if it's got a little bit of a price drop soon. And then obviously FIFA. I think FIFA comes out next week, so I'll be picking that up. And then obviously Call of Duty next month.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you get a discount on EA games with EA Access?
I believe you do. And I think if you've got EA Access, you've got your 10-hour trial, because I know some of the guys who I play the FIFA with, they've been playing it on the 10-hour free trial. That came out this week, but the actual main game comes out next week.
I did hear there was some problems with it working.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, I did hear that there was a few issues. It didn't want to work.
All right.
But it's probably fixed now. So you know what it's like. You know, if it's not there dead on 12 o'clock, they're, FIFA player shitting their load.
Yeah, so, mainly Warzone. I've dipped in, obviously, last week I was saying about Stranger Things, the game. I've completed that now.
Oh, wow. Did you fulfill 1,000 it?
No, I've 910 gamer score. There's one achievement left to get, but it's New Game Plus, and I'm just thinking, do I really want to play the whole game again? That's a dirty little sneaky achievement, that is.
Oh, man.
It took me about 8 or 9 hours. I mean, if you did the New Game Plus, I suppose you could miss all the side... There's like little side quests. I suppose you could just do a speed run and just do the main quest, but there's some real cheap bosses in it that took me a while. I nearly gave up on the game completely at one point because the boss was so cheap. There's one particular... it's an end of mission type, but it's not really a boss, but it's one of them defend the tower thing, and you can see the power of the machine going down, and basically you've got to defend it. Then there's like waves of enemies come, and I just couldn't do it. I had to it's one of them where you have to give up and come back to it another day. I had to do that a couple of times. I really just nearly deleted the game. So frustrating. But I stuck with it. Yeah, and I'm done with it now. And I just don't think I'll do the New Game Plus, so that will be stuck on 910 game score. But yeah, I still recommend it, especially if you're like a fan of the TV show. And I really like the music in it as well, because it's obviously the Stranger Things music, but done in like an old school game style, which is quite nice to listen to. But yeah, I recommend picking that up, and it's on Game Pass, so no excuses. And then after I completed that, I was thinking, what sort of big game? I want to get myself into a big game, and I play all my time into.
Single player?
Yeah, like a single-player game that I just want to get into. So I've been tempted to pick up Odyssey, which I know Switch played quite a lot, and I'm just thinking, well, is that going to be too big a game with all these games coming out like FIFA?
I know what game you should get, which I know Stunty is going to talk about, and I talked about it last week briefly.
What's that?
Mafia.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you like the other Mafias, you'll love this one.
Yeah, I think I would.
I think it's only a 20 or so hour game, and you've got like a free roam mode.
Stunty's complete it, so that's. But yeah, I am interested in picking that up at some point. What was the other one? Oh, Jedi Fallen Order, because obviously I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I never picked that up first time round.
Is that not on EA Play?
I don't know.
No, it's not. No, it's on the.
I wonder why that is. 'Cause it's over a year old now.
Yeah, well, because on the PC they got two versions of EA Play, so they've got the cheap one, and then the expensive one. And the expensive one has every single game when it launches, and then they only move over to the cheap one, a year or two later.
So what do you get with EA Play then? Do you not get new games that are
you get like 10-year-old FIFAs, don't you?
Yeah, I mean some of the games like Need for Speed only came out about a year ago, but I think it just depends on the game, to be honest.
Do you get the Mass Effect game?
Yeah, the Mass Effects are on there on PC. I'm not sure about.
Oh
Xbox,
right, okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I could have a look on EA Access, but I don't see the point in that yet until it comes out across. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I've looked on the Game Pass, looking for what can I download next and put all my time into it. I can't really find anything on there.
Yeah.
That I haven't sort of played. There's that. Is it called Hellblade?
Oh, that's really good. Hellblade.
Yeah, I've heard people say it's good, so I'm tempted to pick that one up.
Yeah, I mean, I say it's good, Peebs, but then I did get a bit bored of it, so I never finished it. But
no, I never.
Is that not on Game Pass?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what we just saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's owned by Microsoft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ninja Theory.
Yeah, so I've heard people say it's good. So yeah, I might download that. But the other one I was looking at was Dishonored 2, because I played the first one, really enjoyed it.
That. Yeah, that's worth playing.
But I noticed it's coming off the store soon, so I'm worried. Like if I download it, play half of it, because once they take it off the store, does it stop you from playing it?
It'd probably go back.
I thought games that went on Games for Gold and Game Pass stay there.
No, so Game Pass games they can come off.
Yeah, they rotate a bit. It does tell you at the bottom what's coming off, and it will say leaving the store soon, or leaving the pass soon. Then it tells you, and I'm worried about downloading them. And if you don't finish them in time, will it stop you from playing them?
Well,
Is this the same with Microsoft owned?
No, only.
I think it's just third party.
So maybe you might see that all the Bethesda games stay on there now.
Yeah.
It's owned by Microsoft, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but who knows? I don't know what the deal is yet. They might have some kind of... no, I wouldn't have thought there is a deal on that. I would have thought they'd just stay on there. So it might change again. Mm-hmm. They might update it.
Well, they're finally putting Forza 7 on Game Pass, aren't they? After all this time, which is good.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, actually.
What's that been, like 2-3 years now?
It's been ages, because it came out before Game Pass was a thing, didn't it? So they didn't put it on.
Yes, 6 was out with the Xbox One, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Oh, okay,
Yeah, there's been 2 on the Xbox.
I think it was a launch game.
So I think I have actually got both, somewhere.
Or out the same year.
Yeah, so I don't know what my next game's going to be, but so I was just looking on my hard drive to see what games I've got, and I can sort of just finish, because I've still got quite a few games on there that I've sort of played and just not gone back to them.
Yeah.
But I've tried this week going back into We Happy Few.
Oh, God, that game's wank.
Shite game.
Yeah. I know. I mean, when that first came out, I was really looking forward to it, and then before it came onto the Game Pass, it was like quite a rare game to pick up, and it was in game, and it was like £55. It was quite expensive compared to the other games. I'm glad I didn't pick it up anyway. But it came on Game Pass obviously a while back, and I played it. But it's like a poor man's BioShock.
Yeah,
and it's the controls, the combat was awful. But I just like the start. Obviously, it's set in Britain, so you think, oh, I'm interested in that, and it's like all quite psychedelic like drugs and things, and it's the graphics and that are quite good, and the menus and everything. But to know just lacks something that, and I'm just gonna have to delete it off. And I've unlocked 3 achievements, which is annoying. Because that's what, and I was just like, I want to like this game. I'm just forcing myself to play it, and then I just got into combat, and I'd like about 10 policemen chasing me down the street, and the combat's so crap. I thought,
A bit like last night, isn't it?
And you're trying to fight them off, and the combat's so crap that I just gave up, and I'm just thinking I'm gonna have to delete it, which is annoying.
Yeah,
but
I struggle with that. I picked it up, and it was just same as you. It looked good. It was but it was just I don't know, something was missing. I can't even remember who it was made by now.
No idea.
No, I can't think.
No.
But yeah, it's still on Game Pass. People want to try it. I mean, like I say, it looks quite nice. The graphics are quite nice, and the menus and the way it's done. But I don't know. It's, like I say, the combat is just awful.
Aren't you supposed to generally try and avoid the combat in that game?
Yeah, I
anyway?
think so. Well, you need to because it's so bad. But the thing is, it didn't help because obviously. I don't know. The last time I played it would have been probably a year ago. So then, me trying to go back into it where and left off where I was. I just didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was doing. Couldn't remember the controls, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah,
you have to start it again.
Yeah.
Some games, I mean, some games you can get back into, but other games you just have to start again because you'll put it on, you'll play it for fun. I can't get into this. I can't work out the control, and then you just delete it again, won't you?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to start. At the beginning.
Yeah. So once I'd put that down, I thought, well, what else have I got on there? So I went back to Fallout 76. Still liking that, though it's quite long-winded. Again, I mean, the combat's not the greatest on that as well, so you're trying to avoid confrontation. And it's obviously quite fiddly. You have to get your Pip-Boy and scroll down and get your stim packs and your ammo. And the thing fine at the minute is I'm getting into confrontations and I've got no ammo. Ammo's pretty scarce. But I still like it. I mean, there's just something about the Fallout games I really like in it, and obviously it's had a lot of updates from when it came out first because obviously it got slagged to hell. But there's still a lot of people playing it. They're constantly updating the store and stuff. So I think I'm going to keep persevering with that. Again, because I haven't played it for a little while, it's getting into it and then trying to remembering what the buttons and stuff are and things like that. But yeah, what else? That's about it, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
That's it. Yeah.
That's on Peebs. Who was next? Was it Stunty?
Yeah. Right. What have I been playing? I'm still playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
I had a little break on it because something else came out. Gone back to it last night. Actually carried on where I am. Yep, loving it. Still loving it. Its story's really good. It's jumping into one of the top 5 of the game of the generation actually now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's that good. It's just it's got that. It's got something about it that I love. It's got that combat that you can, from a distance, you can use your crossbow. You can fire at the enemies, the robots, and then you can do your the sort of hack and slash sort of thing, which I don't really do often. But if you get an enemy that jumps on you, you can sort of do that as well. You've got the sneaky element as well, where you can sneak up behind the robots and you can either kill them or you can take them over and control them. These little things to the game that as you get your skill level up more, you can do more in the game. But it was like I was playing it last night, and I've moved my telly. My telly used to be in the spare room. I've got the telly used to be at an angle, and yesterday I actually put it on the wall because I've always been sitting at a funny angle watching telly. So now it's dead straight in the room, and maybe it just looks better now because I'm looking dead on at the telly instead of at an angle. And I must admit, playing Horizon Zero Dawn, it's a beautiful looking game, especially with the HDR on. But it's just awesome. I mean, there's certain bits where you're going along and you're like, oh no, it's the big, the robots that look like dogs. Oh, I don't want to have an attack with one of them. So you sneak by them. Then you see some other robots It was like a robot in the distance I saw, and he was firing at something else. It's like you're in this world that's alive, and there's so much going on around you. But the story's good because you're finding out about what is Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it is a brilliant game, and it's really weird that the first time I played this, I played it for probably 8 hours. I just didn't like it. There was just I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into the game. And I've had this before. Sometimes certain games just don't click, and if you leave them, and I started the game again at the beginning, and I went all the way through, and I've probably played, I don't know, I've probably played about 15 hours, 20 hours. I'm level 21 now, 22. Actually, no, I'm 22 actually. So I'm starting to get up there on the, the levels. But yeah, brilliant. I'm going to carry on with it. I'll probably play it for the next month, probably still, just do little bits and bobs here and there. I'm doing all the side missions as well. So I want to try and complete everything on this if I can. So,
How many hours start to finish is Horizon if you're playing it?
I don't know. Have you played
it? About 40. Yeah, I've played it. I think it's a 30 to 40 hour sort of one, but that's without the Frozen Wilds.
Yeah. But
you can do I've heard now, can't you? As well.
Yeah, well,
it's like 3-4 years old.
Yeah, it's about £11 for the disc version with the Frozen Wilds now. Because I think I paid £10 for it with all the DLC on the disc. I mean, I don't know what it is on the store. It's probably more on the store. So, but yeah, bargain. And yeah, brilliant game, really good. So I'll keep on with that. As I said, I dipped off this for last Friday because Mafia came out, which is I actually bought the Mafia trilogy, which was Mafia 1, 2, and 3, supposed to be remastered. Well, they are. Well, 1 is. I don't know about 2 or 3. Yeah, I finished Mafia. It was that good that I just rinsed it. It's just nice to play a game that's got no side missions. It's got no bullshit. It just gives you a story. You go out, you do the mission, finish the mission, on to the next one. That's it. That's all the game is. It's even the driving. You can even skip the driving if you want on certain bits as well. So you can even skip that. So if you've got a mission where you just got to drive to somewhere, which you can even skip that and just move on to the mission itself. So
yeah, there's gives you that option, doesn't it? Plus, so all of the collectibles in the game world do show up on your game map when you're near them.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was great graphically wise. Yeah, it was nice. It was the only thing I put it down for is I thought the controls were a little bit hard at times. They felt old at times.
Well, yeah, the graphics have had a rejig, but the controls felt similar to what they would have been back in the day. Yeah. Like that old clunk is kind of still there, but
you get used
just put
to
up with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got used to it. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I've played worse games, like Shadow of the Colossus, stuff like that, and they look, they play awful today, to be honest. But this, I could deal with it. The camera wasn't that bad, But the story was brilliant. It was the only Mafia I'd never played because I've played 2 and 3.
Right, can you clear it up? Because I briefly touched on it last week. I take it in this game you play as the guy you work for in the second game.
Yeah.
And he also turns up as a side character in the third game. Am I right?
No, you don't play. The boss doesn't appear in the third one. I don't remember the boss in the third one, but Vito was in the third one.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, the guy you play as.
Yeah.
In the original.
He does play. Yeah, he does appear. Going into spoiler territory here, so you've got to be a little bit careful. So, but yeah, because they're separate stories, but they have links. All 3 of them, all 3 Mafia games are separate from each other to a certain degree, but they have little bits that intertwine with each other. But if you played Mafia 2, it wouldn't matter if you hadn't played 1. And that was the thing. I'd never played 1 before.
No, I hadn't either.
No, it's a PS2 game, and I don't know, I just didn't play it when it was on the PS2. Played Mafia 2 on the Xbox 360, and then I played Mafia 3 on the PS4, and I finished that as well. And I loved 3, even though it was very repetitive. 3 was. So, but it had a brilliant story and a brilliant ending as well. Best ending ever, that is. So,
right. The third one.
Yeah, third one's got you finished the third one, didn't you, Peebs?
No, I haven't. I got partway through it myself.
Yeah, I finished it.
the ending was brilliant, wasn't it, on the third one?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, really good game. Then the DLC I played as well. So that's the thing. See, I picked up the trilogy, but I probably won't play 3. I will play 2, but it's still quite fresh in my mind from when I played it on 360. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer.
Is the map the same in the first and the second game?
Oh, I can't remember now. I can't remember that.
Because last week I did mention that parts of this map, even though I haven't played this, obviously the original game, felt similar in ways as the second map.
There was a certain bit.
Second.
There was a certain bit in Mafia where you go to one of the guys that's part of your team, as in like you work with as your bosses. You go to his house. Well, not a house, his apartment. That apartment is in Mafia 2. So it's the same building, because I remember when you park your vehicle up, I thought, I remember this bit on Mafia 2, and it's in the same block. So whether they rent out the block, that apartment to the next guy that's in number 2, I don't know. So I'm not sure how it works with Mafia, as in, did they, for the engine, how did they make the game? They, because it was from the original. Is it did they use everything from the original, or is it all a completely redone? I'm not sure how it worked.
I think they just reskinned it pretty much.
I'm not really sure on that.
Yeah, just reskinned it, I think.
But no, it's good. Really good game. Is it reskinned, is it?
I believe so, but they've probably done more than that, because obviously the lighting's changed as well, hasn't it, and stuff.
But yeah, it was cool. Really good game. Peebs, you'll probably love it, because I know what you like certain things.
Looking to pick it up.
Yeah, I know you can.
Literally, sorry, I was about to say, like, it is one of those games where you can just, if you've only got a half an hour to an hour or so, you can just stick it on and do a chapter.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why I got through it so quick, because every night it's just like, even if you just did one chapter, it's you're still doing a little bit more to it. And if you die, I did anyway, but if you do die, the checkpoints
First time I actually died, I wrapped the race car around the lamppost.
Is that the one you do a race with?
Well, you have to take someone else's car to a garage with a time limit.
That's it.
And I bombed it out of the race course, and there's a hard right turn, and I just I went straight into a lamppost head on, and my character was just like laying in his car with his eyes looking at the sky. It's like, you died.
Yeah. That car was really twitchy, wasn't it? So that car.
Well, it's even worse when you're driving it back, but I'm not really going to say anything else about it.
Yeah. All I remember is that when I did the race on that, I pulled away and I just gave it loads of welly, and I just lost it completely. I was right at the back, and I had to really work hard to get to the front. So on that game, but no, it was good.
Probably realistic of how those cars actually handled in real life, because there weren't no bloody safety back in there.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, it probably is on that. That's why I didn't. The car thing didn't really bother me, but the twitchiness of them, because I thought, well, they're old cars, aren't they? So they probably are going to drive like crap, and the brakes aren't going to work. But no,
I just love listening to the old tunes and driving along while your sort of like companions are chatting to you about stuff in the world and the storyline and that.
Yeah, it's good. I'm pleased I bought it. I really am pleased I bought it.
How much was it?
30 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I think you can buy Mafia on its own, can't you, for about 25?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, you bought that? See, I just bought the trilogy, which was 40 for all 3. So I don't know why I just did, because it was. I think it's because I wanted to play 2 at some point, because I did enjoy 2 years ago. So
yeah, you'd be able to pick it up
the trophies
under 30. Oh, it chucks them.
Yeah, I got
like every chapter you complete gives you a Chivo or trophy, and there's only a couple of side ones, but like a lot of them are for finding vehicles and like stealing vehicles and adding them to your garage. But I believe you can do all that in the free roam mode.
Yeah,
which just gives you a free roam around the city, and then when you just jump back into the game at whatever point you are, the cars you've accumulated at that point will just be in your garage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got quite a lot of trophies on this. It says 60% on, because I'm playing on PlayStation. I mean, the only trophies I'm missing, because I did try to get as many as I could, was there's one to complete the game on classic difficulty, which is the hardest. I think it's the hardest difficulty, classic.
No, it's not. It's classic difficulty. Just basically means the coppers will go after you if you like run red lights or
right, okay.
do sort of things that you obviously won't be able to do in reality. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then
I believe
there's a lot of things in the game collectibles like comics. I don't know if you remember from Mafia 2, we used to get like the little, the magazines that used to be on the tables and stuff.
Yeah.
And they got ones called like Find the Pulp magazines, Gangster Monthly. But to find all of them, it's quite hard. I mean, I'm looking at here on the trophies, and only 2% of people have actually completed that.
Wow.
So it's quite
there'll be
low.
maps and telling you where they're all located. The only trophy I was gutted with is there's a secret achievement in the game or trophy, and I checked it after I'd just finished the mission where it was obtainable.
Yeah, when that happens.
There's one where basically a character, you're supposed to drive them home, but he babbles onto you about taking him to a whorehouse.
That's
right.
right.
The achievement is for taking him to the whorehouse.
Ah, right, yeah, because that's at the bottom here on my trophy list. It's hidden. But
Yeah.
when you finish the game... Sorry?
A bordello?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. He does say bordello, yeah, I believe, but...
You can replay the game.
A house of ill repute.
A house of ill repute.
The only downside is obviously that's at the end of the mission with all of the ball achy stuff in it as well. So I was just like, if I have to, I'll probably have to replay that chapter because there is a chapter select.
Yeah, that's right.
There is going through all of the stuff again to get to that very last point because it's just that last bit before that chapter ends.
Yeah, well, Peebs would probably do it when he does.
Well, now he knows beforehand. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So, but no, great game. On to what else I played. The only thing I did start is I was trying to find something, just a palette sort of cleaner, sort of something that was just easy to play. Really. I ended up playing Ratchet and Clank today. Bizarrely.
Oh yeah, I saw he was on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was finding something. I want something that's just easy to play. I tried to play. I picked up the Super Mario thing. What is it? The Super Mario
3D All Stars.
All Stars.
Yeah, 3D All Stars.
Yeah.
And I tried to play Sunshine. Fuck me, that's hard work to play. It's just too hard. The camera was just doing me head in. It was just. So I was like, I can't be bothered to play this. So I want to play something that's just bouncing around, hitting a few enemies, that kind of thing. And I remember picking up Ratchet and Clank and sort of probably only playing it for about half hour. So I ended up putting it on this afternoon, and I got quite into it actually. It's a bit, as in story. I'm not really bothered about the story. It's just something just to, take your mind off it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So it's all right.
You tempted with the new Crash by any chance?
No, probably not. No, I wasn't tempted.
I'm not into the platformers and things like that because they have a tendency of winding me up quite easily. But it does look really good. Like from all the options and unlocks and other things in the game, it looks to be like if you're into the Crash games, like this looks to be like one of the best ones yet.
Yeah, I want something like that. The other game I did pick up, but it hasn't arrived yet, was that new Super Lucky Tales.
Super Lucky's Tale, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not arrived yet because I bought it for the PlayStation. It hasn't turned up.
Okay.
So because I got it cheap anyway. I think it was only a tenner. I think it was. I got it on eBay. But as I say, I ended up putting this on. Yeah, it's great, fine, nothing special, but yeah, that's it. It's me done. I've just thought there was something I did play, but I'll probably let Webby talk about it more. I did have a quick go at that Genjin Impact, the free-to-play game.
Yeah, I've played quite a lot of it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it now. We'll talk about it now since you've mentioned it. I don't want to be like chopping and changing. Yeah, so Genshin Impact, it's kind of a sleeper game for me and, well, many people. It's available on PlayStation 4, PC, and on mobile phones, so Android and iOS
On
devices.
Xbox?
No, it's not on Xbox, no.
Oh.
It's coming to Switch next year, apparently. It's a Chinese-made game.
What? That's it. Colin's out.
Yeah.
And I am out, but they ripped off Nier Automata apparently in this game.
Well, I was going to say they've actually
the waifus.
They've ripped
and
off
just
Zelda.
even like the sword animations and all that stuff.
So yeah, they've ripped off Zelda: The Breath of the Wild completely in this game. But I'm loving it because it's free to play, and I've been playing a lot of it on my mobile phone. Funnily enough, I never game on my phone, and then playing a little bit on my PC as well. Because the cross save works between.
Does it cross? Oh right, that's cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't cross save if you're playing it on the PlayStation.
Oh right.
Yeah, because
can't do mobile phone and PlayStation.
No, because the developers came out and said it's something to do with the PlayStation Network limitations, so they can't do cross save. But yeah, I'm actually
PlayStation are probably like China.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
I am struggling to see at the minute how you spend real money on this, because I know it's a gacha game, as they call it. I don't actually know what that means. I think it's just means in-game purchases. I can see where you can do the in-game purchases. It's to get new characters and stuff, but I've played about 5 or 6 hours of it, and I've not felt the need to spend any money on characters.
Yeah, it's all going to become more apparent as
Later
the game
on.
goes on. It's tickling your balls at the moment.
Yeah, I imagine so. So at the minute, it's because it's a single player game, and then once you hit a certain level, it can turn it. You can do co-op with people. I'm still on the single player stuff. What's that, mate?
What level is that when you can do co-op?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh,
off the top of my head, I don't know. But I think you need to get to a certain point in the story and be a certain level. And I've not got there yet. But yeah, so far it's just a cool little time-sink game. I mean, the graphics are absolutely gorgeous. Like the anime art style is beautiful. It does remind me of Zelda, and the gameplay reminds me of Breath of the Wild as well. So you've got this little glider, so you can glide around the world, and the sword animations are cool. But the thing that I am liking about it is you can chop and change between the different characters in your party just with the click of a button, and they've got different abilities, different magic, different weapons. And then when you get into the dungeons, there's those Breath of the Wild type puzzles, so you need to use one of the characters' bow and arrows to unlock paths, and then you'd use your sword to do other stuff. And then you got enemies which are are weak to certain magic, so you get the fire slimes are weak to your water spells and so on, which is really cool. And then the world map is quite large, but then you can unlock teleport points. You can just once you've unlocked them, you can just teleport to those points at will. Just open the map and teleport to them, which is quite handy. And the only thing that is a little bit annoying with it, though, is the character voices. Everything's voiced in English, which is fine, but it's that typical kind of anime voices. The girls' voices are really squeaky and annoying.
Yeah.
That really just puts me off, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a bit. That was the one thing of the game that was a bit odd for me. It was the voices were a bit, and also the outfits they were wearing was a little bit.
Well, that's just normal in kind of.
Yeah, I know
games.
it is, but for me, I just thought it was a little bit. I mean, I can deal with Persona; that's not that bad. But this was a little bit more cladded.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The missus came in the room. She's like, "What the bloody hell are you playing?" It's just I don't know. That put me off it slightly, but it did. As I say, it did look like a Zelda clone. I must admit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's free to play, right? And even if you just play it on your phone every now and again, I mean, my phone's quite old now. It's a Note 9, and it runs really well on that, which is cool. It won't let me download it onto my Galaxy tablet though, because it's too old, so it just won't let me download it onto that. But I think it will work with pretty much most Apple devices as well.
So how are they making any money then?
So there is a part in the game where you can buy these wishes, and they basically, it's their in-game currency where you can buy more characters and like these loot box things, and I think you can buy upgrades and stuff like that as well. I'm going to carry on playing it because I'm quite intrigued to see, if I can get to the point where I feel like I need to spend money, because at the minute I'm very happy with, what's on offer so far, to be honest. And it's one of those things, like you get your daily, so if you log in every day, you get currency for logging in every day and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool little time sinker, because like yesterday I played a little bit on my PC, and then obviously I wanted to sit on the sofa and watch a bit of TV while just sit next to the boy and that. And I thought, I can just carry on. And I thought I'd sit on the sofa and play it for like 20 minutes or whatever. And a couple of hours went by and I'm still bloody playing it on my phone. I was like, bloody hell. It's good. It's really, really good. I'm really, really enjoying it. I haven't got a bad word to say about it, to be honest. I mean, I'm a little bit dubious that it's a Chinese-made game and they're probably harvested.
And that it rips off game elements of other games.
I don't give a shit about that. That's what games have always done. They've always ripped off.
No,
Look at the Gears
Chinese have always done.
No, but I'm
the
talking
Horde
about
mode
like the
and stuff,
actual character animations.
Yeah. And the other thing, Colin, it's when you set fire in the open world, it does the Breath of the Wild thing where it sets fire to all the grass and it injures the enemies and all that as well. It is a copy. Yeah, I have to admit, but it's fun.
Classic China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what China have always done. They do it with everything, don't they?
Yeah.
They normally make a mess of it at first, but then they get better eventually.
Yeah, I think this, like, when in the first week this came out, it had over 10 million downloads. So it's already doing quite well, and apparently it's making them a lot of money already. So these in-game things, people are obviously spending money.
Oh, the whales will be on it, mate.
Yeah, but it's. I think because I spoke to Darren, and because I really do think this is kind of a Darren type game.
Yeah, I thought that.
But Darren obviously doesn't really like the free-to-play kind of gacha elements, so he's not downloaded it. But
it's that and the fact that I've got like about 7 or 8 games still in their wrappers down on the side that haven't got, that I'm waiting to install, that I haven't really got room for. I don't really want to get involved.
Yeah, because you
free to play.
because you download this on your PlayStation.
2 on the go now.
Yeah,
it was only 10 gig
on the go.
This game.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just saying it's not a big game.
We're briefly talking like on the mobile thing. There was a trailer that came out of Tokyo Game Show I was completely unaware of, and then I came across it on YouTube and I was like, there's a Ni no Kuni MMO? Get in!
What?
Like that. Yeah, there's a Ni no Kuni MMO trailer, and I was like, awesome! For phones.
Oh no, for phones! Oh, that sucks.
For mobile phones. But it looks like you can create your own character, and it's got classes, and it's still got that cool sort of art style and everything to it. I was like, So, I don't know, maybe it would be one of those games, if it proves popular, they might port it or something, but I don't know.
Okay.
But,
yeah. The one thing about this Genjin Impact that did annoy me a little bit with the phone version is it doesn't have controller support, which I know a lot of you would think, well, it's a mobile phone, doesn't matter. But I've got one of those controller clips for a phone controller clip, so I can play, the Game Pass, the game streaming, the Xbox game streaming on my phone.
Yeah, because playing games on the screen is...
Yeah, so I thought, I could use that clip for my phone on the controller for this, but it doesn't have any bloody controller support, which I find really weird, because on my PC, I'm using my Xbox controller, and obviously it's on PlayStation as well.
They might add it later.
Yeah, I hope so, because that'd be really cool. But yeah, give it a download. It's free, and it's fun. Sorry to jump in and talk about it loads, but there we go. It's great.
No, that's all right. Well, you played more than me anyway.
Yeah, it is brilliant.
That's it. That's me done. So, and the last thing just to say is watch Cobra Kai. It's awesome.
Yeah, season 3's out soon. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm only
January.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
That's gone to Netflix, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it used to be a YouTube Red series, but I don't think anyone really cared about YouTube Red, did they?
No, I'd never even heard of it. My brother said it because my brother used to do karate and going to tournaments and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I messaged him and said, "Oh, are you watching this Cobra Kai on Netflix?" He goes, "Oh, I watched it last year on YouTube."
Yeah.
So, oh, right,
Really?
I didn't realise. Yeah, I didn't realise it was that old.
Apparently,
I
it's
thought it
one
was
of
like a new thing.
it's like
It's a couple of years old, isn't it?
it's one of the
Wow.
most streamed shows ever now
Yeah.
because
Well,
it's
it's
just
done really
been
well,
so
yeah.
popular. Yeah, yeah. It's
Put him in a
brilliant.
body bag.
Where are these two? You know, the two actors. I can't remember their real names.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio and
Macchio,
something.
But have they been on TV stuff, or before this, or have they just disappeared for 30 years?
Ralph Macchio was in The Outsiders.
Yeah,
which is a
with
classic.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he did a couple of
Swayze.
films back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
that's a good
remember
film. Yeah, but he was sort of like a sort
William
of teenage
Zabka.
actor. Yeah.
Is the other actor, I believe, and I don't think he's been in anything besides Karate Kid.
Right.
Well, it's a big break for him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
See,
money.
I saw Karate Kid at the cinema.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been years since I've watched it, and I thought it makes me want to watch the film again. So once we've done once we finish this, we can actually watch because the original Karate Kid is on Netflix. So
So I did it the other way around. Before I started the series, I watched the original film, and it's good to do it like that because they do a lot of references to the original film.
yeah, I quite like the way they put the old clips into the series, and it just
if you want to feel old, Peebs, you'll watch that original Karate Kid movie, and you'll see 18 or 19-year-old Elizabeth Shue in that movie, who is now getting on in years. She still looks great, but she's in The Boys.
Is she?
Well, yeah, she's in The Boys. And so you'll see quite the time difference because you mentioned you will be watching The Boys shortly after.
That's my next.
Brilliant.
Oh, she's the one in the first season, isn't she?
She's the the boss of the corporation that they all work for.
Yeah.
It's the same actress as Danny's girlfriend in the first movie.
She was in some classic 80s films.
She was in The Saint.
And
She's in a bunch of stuff.
Back to the Future, the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see if she turns up in this series because a lot of the original actors are in it. And do you know the old sensei from the film?
Miyagi?
The bad one, Kreese.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead in real life.
No, he's still alive.
Because when at the end of the... Well, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I said to the missus, the original won't be in it because he's dead. Then he appears, and I'm like, have they just... I thought at first they'd done one of them things that they did in Star Wars when they CGI'd.
I thought he gave interviews. Am I wrong? Is he dead? I thought he gave interviews about Cobra Kai.
No, he's not dead, but I thought he was.
Okay.
I don't know where. I thought I'd read it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I must have dreamt it.
You'll like The Boys, Peebs, for sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I was a little bit
either.
skeptical on it too because I've got superhero fatigue, but this is proper dark.
Yeah.
And it's not cheesy at all. So yeah, it's gritty and good. Very intriguing story.
But that was. I'm only 4 episodes into Cobra Kai, and I must admit, sorry, Webby, I'm going to divert slightly.
Yeah.
I guess what I watched today, and I tell you what, it was really good. And I know you spoke about this ages ago, Peebs and Colin. Outlaw King.
Never heard of it.
It's a Netflix film with
Scottish film, Pine is.
It's about Robert the Bruce. He's not going to want to watch this. I can tell you that.
I think I watched it when it came out. I thought it was okay.
It was all right. I enjoyed it.
It was all right. The other one, Netflix has got Outlaw King and The King, with that new bloke who's going to be in the Dune movie. He's got a French-sounding name. About the Battle of Agincourt.
Robert Pattinson.
Robin Pattinson's in it.
No, different. No.
Oh, you're thinking of a different one.
Yeah, it's called The King, and it's about the Battle of Agincourt and the end of the 100 Years' War.
Yeah, that is the one with Robert Pattinson.
What the hell? Hold on, googling.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, he the king.
Plays the French guy.
Yeah, he plays the French king.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about the protagonist.
Close.
I don't know who that was.
Did you know his younger brother was the guy from Game of Thrones who takes a diver out the window as well? The young king.
No.
Joffrey's younger brother.
Oh yeah,
what's also in 1917. well.
Oh, yeah.
Still not
That
seen that
sounds
yet.
right. Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet is Henry, Prince of Wales, alongside Robert Pattinson and others in The King.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that
I
was
thought The King
okay.
was better than Outlaw King.
Yeah.
I didn't know the story about Outlaw King. Actually, I know it's terrible, isn't it?
It's
Never knew the
freaking
story.
British history.
Yeah, I know. Didn't know it. Well, it's 13th century, isn't it?
Long shot.
I can only go back so far.
I can't remember. There's a guy who turned in that from like a ragtag Scottish lot.
The problem with Scotland is it's full of Scots.
Right, can we get back to games now?
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
like one
Well,
of
before
my
we end, just to say,
ancestors.
they need to make more games like that. That period. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. But
What, Swords and Shields and whatnot?
Yeah.
Or Cobra Kai?
No, Sword and Shield.
What was that game you played a little while back, Webby? That was a medieval game. I've thought about downloading that until I saw the achievements look really hard.
Oh, it came off.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, that's come off Game Pass now.
Oh,
mate.
I've
come
played
off, has it?
Yeah,
That's the sort of thing, isn't it? That's sort of swords.
Yeah,
that's
that was
really
too
hardcore,
realistic.
but it's good. It's really good.
It was good. It is hardcore, and it's a bit too hardcore, I thought, and a bit too realistic. As in, you don't get any superhero powers or anything. You know, it's just like real life, isn't it?
Yeah, just like real life.
But no, it's good. Well worth playing if you get the chance. That if you've got a lot of time. So that's it. That's me
Okay,
done.
so just going back to Genjin Impact. Hammered Spy in the comments has said that co-op unlocks at Adventure Rank 16. So there's actually 2 rankings in this. So you've got Adventure Rank, which is for doing, dungeons and exploring the world, and then you've got your combat rank.
Right.
Yeah.
I did hear if you reach, I think, combat rank 20 before a certain date, you unlocked one of the characters or something.
Okay, that's cool. I'm nearly there already, I think. Nice. Cool. Who's next? Was it Darren?
Colin, you might as well go.
Colin first?
Yeah, so I'll go. Lots of Warzone. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
Still on it. Almost done with Act 2. I'm still liking it. It's still beautiful. It's still fun, and I definitely will complete it. But I've just been back in Warzone because Warzone with Peebs is much more fun.
Can I talk about Ghost of Tsushima since we're on that subject?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were chopping onto another game then.
No. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footprints in this game, and you follow footprints constantly. So some of the gameplay loops are a little bit samey, and I don't know. It's not a perfect game, but it is very good, and I'm still enjoying it. I think the story and the combat are the pluses, and then just the map clearing stuff is a little bit tedious to me. But I'm liking it.
You don't have to
almost
do
done
it
with
all,
Act
though.
2. How much longer will I have after I'm done with Act 2? It feels like I've still got the whole northern.
It's quite a long game, mate.
Island.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I managed to bang it out in 2 weeks, but I think in those 2 weeks I put about 30 to 40 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it from start to finish. I didn't do everything. I did all the side quests, so for all my characters, because they kind of reminded me of the companion quests in Mass Effect, and I felt like they had meaning, and the stories with those characters were very, very good. So I just wanted to do those. I did a lot of the Fox Shrines, but not all of them. I did all of the what they called the side quests for like kind of super-ish powers, like the lightning strike.
Legends.
The legends, that's it. But a little spoiler, one of them you can't get until you finish the game. So I went and got that after I completed the game. Because once you finish the game, like in all open world games, you can go and do shit in the world. This game, I loved it, and when I completed it, the ending it hit me in the feels, man. It was so emotional. It was brilliant. I'll tell you, as I say, I completed it and I was like, this is probably going to be my game of the year. It's going to take a lot to beat
over
this.
fucking Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Good man.
I mean, I love Final Fantasy, as you know, but this was so well done. Like the world, I thought it wasn't just the graphics; it was just felt very lived in. Just the story, I loved the gameplay because you could go in and do you know, you could play stealthy if you wanted, or just go in all guns all swords blazing, you know, and. I just thought it was just so well done. I loved it from start to finish. It was just it sucked me in, because the thing is, there's not really, in my mind, many games like this, if that makes sense. I mean, obviously, I know there's you can draw a lot of comparisons from something like Assassin's Creed, but it feels a lot deeper than something like Assassin's Creed in my mind. It's I love that. The history in this, I loved just because I
the exposure to Japanese culture is unique, I think.
Yes,
and I think, and I love that it's Western developed.
Yes,
but does good service to, a cool aspect, a deep dive into a different culture, and pays it a lot of respect, and produces a product that's really, really good.
Yeah, I loved it, and because I kind of because the culture's quite interesting. Anyway, but I loved like the story elements with his uncle, because his uncle's he taught him, and he's and obviously he's a samurai, and it's all about their code of honor and how they fight people, and this how the story goes on with the honor code, etc. I thought it really fascinated me. It really, really did.
Can we spoil? I don't want to spoil a story element, but one component of this is that it tells you at the beginning that assassinating people stealthily is frowned upon.
Yeah.
And it kind of drives that home to you.
Yeah.
And so I felt really guilty at the beginning assassinating people, but it got to the point where, like, I wasn't leveled enough, I wasn't skilled enough in the combat, that, like, trying to clear camps was very, very challenging, and I was dying a lot. And so I was like, F it, I'm just going to have to start assassinating, because that's an easy way to shrink the numbers of the whole, the bad guy groups, so that the combat becomes easier.
Yeah.
Does the fact that you choose to assassinate people come back to bite you or change the story?
It doesn't.
Okay.
No.
Because I will say there's a point. That's one of my only downsides. Is there are some parts of the game where kind of you have to just take that route, because some of the camps you'll go to have prisoners of war, and if you don't stealth take them down. They just execute the prisoners, and you're just like, oh, awesome.
Anyways, it's a fantastic game, and I'm really liking it, and I'll probably try to finish it over the course of the next couple weeks. Again, it's my go-to when I want to play when I want a game, but nobody who plays Warzone is on at the same time. I'll just pop in Ghost of Tsushima and tear out an hour or two.
Cool.
And Peebs, I think you should get this game.
Yeah, so I'm interested in it.
Yeah, you can save it at any point as well, pretty much, unless you're on a story mission. I think the story missions are sort of checkpointed, but while out in the open world, you can save at any point.
Well, the checkpoint system's good.
The only other thing that I find weird is when you boot the game up, whenever you load a game, it's like you're about to load a game. Do you want to save it first or something? And I'm like, what is this? Like, why does it come up with this message every time I go to load a game? Do you not get that?
I haven't. No, I just don't. I never read the fine print. I found the checkpoints, to Webby's point, very very forgiving. When you die, you're right where you were right before you died, so you don't have to repeat a lot of stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
So I don't have a whole lot of complaints, other than the map clearing is a little bit tedious, and following the footprints is overdone.
Cool.
Can we move on to my last game, which is Star Wars Squadrons?
Yes.
I don't really like it a whole lot. So look, my experience was, I took the day off of work on Friday. This game was out. My oldest son had been kind of clamoring for this game, talking about how hyped up he was for it. So I wake up 2 hours before everybody in the house does. So I installed it and started playing it. I'll say the first two kind of prologue missions of the campaign were fun and cool, well written. There's a cool twist in the story right at the beginning that kind of keeps you on your toes and into the story. And then it was okay. Now let's play some multiplayer with Webby and my kid and others. And I hopped into multiplayer and quickly became very disaffected with it. And it's a shame. You're just in a big open space, and it's 5-on-5 combat, and it's just flying around a little bit. The gameplay loop to me is very, very narrow. It's very simplistic, not to the credit of the game, design-wise, there are some cool kind of ship management things you can do, right? So you can navigate between, okay, I want all my power going to my engine so I can fly faster. I want all my power going to my lasers so I can kill enemies faster. I want all my power going to my shields because, there's an enemy on me and blasting me, and I want to try to survive it. So there's some cool things you can do to, innovative kind of gameplay mechanisms that I think are fun and creative. But at the end of the day, it's just you're flying around, and so it's basically just turn around, find your enemy, try to kill them while they're doing the same to you. And that gameplay loop or paradigm is just very narrow for me. So I'll stop there. But I'm interested in you Webby, telling me.
Yeah, so just something about the multiplayer quickly. There is another mode, which is the main mode. So it's more involved and involves more tactics.
About like frigates and capital ships and attacking and defending and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I tried that.
My son told me about this.
Yeah, so I tried this yesterday. Oh man, it was so cool. It's basically you get objectives and you basically have a morale meter on the top of the screen. So the more ships that get destroyed, if your morale goes up, then you can attack like the bigger ships that are part of the objectives.
Fleet.
And then once they're destroyed, when you have enough morale, you can attack the big destroyer ship, and that's how you win the round. But then if your team starts getting destroyed, the morale goes the other way, and then their ship gets shields up, and then you have to go and defend your stuff. So it's a bit
You're
of a
on
back
defense,
and forth. Yeah, and that's actually really, really fun. The thing for me, I think that's different to a lot of people with this game is I love flying games. I love like flight sim. I've got like World War II flight simulator dogfighting games as well on my PC, and I just love flying games. I love like Ace Combat. And the thing that gets me more and more immersed is I've got a flight stick. I think you can use a flight stick on the console versions as well.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Not going to buy one, but thank you.
Yeah, so I'm using a flight stick, and obviously I'm sitting my PC at a desk, and I'm quite close to the screen, so I feel like I'm kind of in the cockpit. It's also got VR support as well on PC and PlayStation, which is another bonus. So I've got an Oculus hopefully coming this week. So I'm going to be checking this out in VR, and apparently it's
nice,
super immersive in VR.
Yeah.
But just getting around that, I'm just the fact I'm using a flight stick, and I love flying games. It's just sucked me in, and I've been playing a lot of the campaign, and the campaign does get a lot better. It teaches you some more moves. So there's this move where you do a drift, like a flight drift. It's really like you have to boost, and then you pull the power off, and then you do a drift and you turn around, and it's a nice way of dodging missiles and stuff. But the other reason why it's so immersive for me is just the graphics are absolutely stunning. The lighting, like the explosions, everything. You just feel like when I'm playing it, I feel like I'm in that cockpit, as part of that squadron, and I'm shooting down some enemies. I'm loving it. I mean, I admittedly, scenes, all the chatting, because before each mission you have to go into a briefing room, and it's like, in this mission we have to do bliss, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck that, I'll skip that. I just want to get straight into the gameplay, and when I'm in it, man, I'm just loving it, and I love the fact, because it feels a little bit like Elite Dangerous in the way where you can change the power to, the shields or your engines or the lasers, but then you later on, and it's the same in the multiplayer, you can customize your ship more, so you can have different types of weapons, different missiles. You've got a repair droid on your ship as well, but then you could to take that out and have another missile if you don't want to be repaired. Also in the multiplayer, there's classes, so depending on the ship you are, you're attacking, or you've got ships that are like, are a support class, so they are trying to heal you know, all the people on your team and stuff like that. You've got your bombers, so those ships, you know, they can take down the big destroyers a lot quicker because obviously they're dropping the bombs on them. So if you've got a squadron to play with, you can actually get a little bit tactical with it. And the cool thing about the campaign is it's kind of, you go through all the different types of ships through the campaign mission, so it's kind of a tutorial for the multiplayer as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, it was cheap. I mean, I paid £27 for it. Money well spent, in my opinion. You know, it's not a full price game, and it's a lot of fun. And you know, and I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. You know, I'm more of a Trekkie, but
nerd.
This game is fucking brilliant, and I'm amazed that you haven't picked up Peebs, being a Star Wars fan. It is.
Well,
really,
I was really
good.
tempted, but Collie's put me off slightly.
I'm sorry.
No, and plus I'm not massively into flying games anyway.
That's fair.
When I play Battlefronts, I really enjoy them, but the least favourite part are the flight battles.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I've heard it's hard.
You do a lot of turning.
Yeah, but that's just like any flight game. I mean, I suppose I'm used to it because I play a lot of flying games. I suppose if you don't really play them much, then
Fair dues.
Yeah.
Fair dinkum.
But yeah, I think it's awesome.
This isn't a full price game anyway either, is it?
No.
It's a cheaper one.
Yeah. I just think it's very well done. Yeah.
Probably come onto EA Access at some point, won't it?
I imagine so. Yeah. So and the other cool thing as well, it's cross-play. So if you do want to, pick it up, you can play with all your friends on other consoles and computers and stuff. So that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying, really. Yeah.
Anybody else played it, or is it just me and you?
No, a couple of my mates have played it. One of my mates has played it all in VR.
Nice.
And he said he's fine. He said apart from his eyes go wonky later on. So, but he said, and then another one of my mates who's playing with him at the same time, but they're playing just a single player, has said it is quite hard in places. So there we go. But,
yeah, I think it depends, because I can imagine on a controller it's obviously a lot different to using the flight stick because of.
I know they're both using flight sticks.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've customised all the controls because my flight stick's got a hell of a lot of buttons on it, and now I've got to the point where I'm like, right, I know what I'm doing, and it's it just makes it. I know flight sticks are expensive. I mean, I managed to get mine a few years ago when they weren't, stupidly expensive, but it does add that immersion factor a lot more, which is cool. So. Yeah, awesome. Sorry, Colin, carry on.
No, I'm done. That's all I've played.
Wow, that's it.
Yep,
that was quick.
Well, 3 games: Warzone, Ghost of Tsushima, and Squadrons.
Cool.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, nice.
That's good for Colin.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
What about you then, Darren?
He's playing a single player game. Blimey.
Oh, mate. Well, not much usually. The one game that I have obviously played that's slightly different we talked about earlier on, which was Mafia.
Yeah.
Definitive Edition. Apart from that, just usually my also runs. I haven't gone back to Aegis Rim yet, but I definitely plan on doing that at some point.
Okay.
This week, but we shall see.
Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Wow.
just generally been working a fair bit and stuff. So
yeah. Okay. Okay. So for me, I'm not going to mention the games that we've already discussed. I've been playing some more Final Fantasy 14 this week. I've been really enjoying the new Nier raids. They are awesome.
ran that with you, didn't I?
Yeah, ran it with you, Darren, and I had a lot of fun. The free company, or the guild as what most people know it is, has been quite active. So I've been doing the daily dungeon runs with them, which has been quite fun. So yeah, I'm back into Final Fantasy 14 again, jumping on it every single day and doing me dailies. I'm turning into Darren a little bit here. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's great. It's quite fun. So, and because of those Nier raids, I actually started Nier Automata again. So I've been playing that, on the Xbox One because it's on Game Pass, and I've also played it a little bit on Project xCloud as well on my phone, and it actually runs really well.
Yeah. I was going to say there is no physical version of this game on the Xbox.
No,
it is a digital only game.
Yeah,
which is kind of Nier on the Xbox is digital only.
Really? Wow.
Because it started off as a PS4 game, didn't it? And then it came to PC a bit later, and then obviously Xbox a bit later after that. But yeah, there was no physical release for it.
I can't see Xbox carrying on with physical stuff anyway, to be honest. I think you've probably got about 3-4 years and it probably will be all digital.
Well, for this gen, they will carry it on because Phil Spencer knows that there's a lot of people. I mean, I think it's about 50-50, or is it still more people still get physical or something?
I think it's different on Xbox.
Still worth doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, it will be when after this gen they'll probably phase it out because of the whole Game Pass thing. Anyway, I mean, I do enjoy Xbox to a degree when I do play it online, but I'm not a fan of like this business model, the Netflix thing that they're doing. Personally, myself, it's a good deal for other people, but I like owning things.
No, that's fair. So with Nier, because I completed it on the PS4 when it came out, absolutely ages ago, and I thought, I really fancy playing that again because there's multiple playthroughs. I thought I'll play on the Xbox because one, I sold my PlayStation copy, and two, I'll fancy some Achievos. And it looks and runs really, really well. And I forgot just how amazing the soundtrack is for this game. It's just absolutely beautiful, and just the gameplay, just the gameplay because it chops and changes. It's like a bullet hell shooter at one point, and then it's a third person hack and slash game, and then it's like a side scrolling jumpy game. And I'm like, bloody hell, it's just fun. So I'm going to be playing a lot more of that, I think. So I just wanted to mention it. It's awesome. It's on Game Pass as well. So.
Well, no, I mean, I need to go back to it anyway because I was halfway through and I sort of lost my way on that.
Yeah, you should play it, mate. It's brilliant. Yeah, you should finish that off. The ending's really good, from what I recall. Yeah, and obviously those people on Xbox Game Pass, it's on Game Pass, man. Check it out. You ain't got any excuse. Okay. So a few more games. I have been playing Tales of Berseria, some more on the PC. I did mention in the Patreon show last week that it is on PlayStation as well. It's in the PlayStation Japan sale for £3. So if you've got PlayStation, it's £3, man. It's less than the price of a pint. So if you're into your JRPGs with an awesome story and a really nice hack and slashy type combat, check it out. As I said last week, Tales of Vesperia was my first Tales game, and I've played quite a few Tales games since then. It's a really good, cool series, and this one is very dark. I mean, when it starts off, you're like, oh, what the hell is this? You know, you're this girl in this little village, and not a lot's happening, really. And then things pick up very quickly, and it becomes very, very good.
I think the Western version is still slightly censored.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
In that game, yeah, during a certain character's death, they kind of dumbed it down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
The motivational death, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a really good game. It's very pretty. I love the art style because it's kind of cartoony. So it's kind of one of those art styles that doesn't age, which is quite nice. So
yeah, I mean, the one of the real hooks of this game is you're kind of playing the antagonist group, as it were.
Have you played this then, Darren?
No, but I watched the anime series of the previous Tales game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there is an episode where she comes into it, and it dove into her story and that group.
Yeah.
So I kind of know a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's actually quite. The story's got a lot. It's got a lot of strands, but you do feel sorry for her, and you just kind of want to kick some ass. I think she's a brilliant character, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really liking it. It's very Japanese, so it won't be for everybody. Okay, last couple of games we've been playing. I've been playing some more Days Gone.
Oh,
How are you finding that?
So I kind of got a little bit bored of it.
What?
But then obviously I stopped playing it and went to Ghost of Tsushima.
yeah, he had Ghost sitting there.
Yeah, so I was like, right, I'm going to play Ghost of Tsushima, and then I'm going to go back to Days Gone. And that little break actually did me some good, to be honest, because I'm kind of refreshed. Because, to be honest, the world is decent, but it's just a little bit annoying because you can't fast travel unless you go and destroy all these stupid bloody zombie den things.
Yeah.
And I can't be arsed.
Why don't I know more about this game? What is this game? Days Gone.
I think you'll get bored of it, Colin. Sorry,
Okay.
Peebs. It's.
I don't know if you listened to the podcasts, but Collie, but I played it. I can't remember a while back now, didn't I? I was singing its praises. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I picked it up, actually, because Peebs really liked it. I mean, it's good. The graphics are good. The story is good. But there is a few things that annoy me going around the open world. Is your motorbike seems to run out of petrol within minutes, and you have to go and fucking refill the bloody thing.
You got a hole in the tank.
And then every time I want to refill it, there's always zombies there that want to attack me, which is annoying.
You can fill it at the bases. Do you know that?
Yeah, but it runs out, mate. It runs out well quick. Like, really quick.
Well, so if you upgrade it, you should.
What is this game? Like, someone summarize. Is this
It's an open world survival game where you've got zombies.
State of Decay?
No, so it's actually got a story to it. You've got. Yeah, so I am really enjoying the story, and this is what's compelling me to carry on with it. It's about, at the beginning, the virus is hit, and his missus gets injured, and she gets helicoptered off, and he's kind of trying to find her, but then he's got his best mate to look after, and all this sort of stuff going on. And
so is it like a GTA or a Red Dead, but it's zombies? It's walking.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it's like Red Dead. It's that kind of style, third person. Yeah, but with a motorbike instead of a horse.
Yeah.
It's almost like Sons of Anarchy.
And there's quests depending on what area you're in and all that stuff. And,
big map you unlock and find new areas and loads of side quests to do. And it's a good game. And I think I started playing at the beginning of lockdown, didn't I? And it was like resonated because obviously we had all this coronavirus going on and we didn't really know what was going to happen, and it's sort of just
this could be what it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking for fuel.
Yeah, looking for fuel over and over again.
Yeah, bog rolls. Are there bog rolls in this game?
No. I mean, I enjoy what I play of it. I am going to go back and finish it, but I think I had the same as Webby, as in I got a bit bored, as in it just felt very fetch questy, and it does have a lot of fetch quests in this game.
Yeah, like when you're trying to get through the main story, and it's like, oh, you need to go and hunt this person down, and then it's like, oh, go and get this. I'm like, oh, come on, I just want to bang it out, you know.
Yeah, and if you get a zombie, if you sort of go into an area where you have to sort of sneak in, you've got to do a couple of things, and there's a few zombies around you, and by accident you set them off, and then you can get overrun, and it's not like some games where you can just run off and you can just disappear. Unless you've got your bike close to hand, you are screwed.
Yeah,
these are proper hordes of zombies. They're not just like 10 or 20, it's like hundreds.
You need to know when to pick your battles and when to retreat.
Yeah, and you were saying upgrade your bike, but it takes ages to get enough of that currency to do anything.
Yeah, it does.
That's the problem.
Have you been stealing all of the? Is it ears? You trade in ears or something?
Yeah. You've got to put them into the bases, and what it does, it gets you a level. What is it? It's your
reputation.
Reputation.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it is good. I think it's a lot better than what the reviews said, because the reviews panned this massively.
Yeah, well, it first came out, didn't it? And it did get panned, but I think they've updated it a hell of a lot since then.
Okay.
and it's a
Well,
lot
they
better
reduced the file size, didn't they, by almost half with
Yeah.
the last update they did for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
But you
it's worth
think
playing.
of, yeah, but I mean, when you take in stuff like obviously Horizon Zero Dawn and then God of War, and then like obviously Days Gone come out, it's great and fantastic, but it's not on the level of those two games, and
Yeah.
I think that's what people were caught out by.
What
But
the
then this
developer, though,
isn't
isn't
one of the this isn't one of their major developers. This is like, is it Sony Bend? Which
Yeah,
I
they're
think
very
before
small.
this made games for the Vita.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I think they've done a good job.
Well, they cut their teeth on it pretty well for a PS4 game. So it'd be interesting to see what they pull off next.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
right. Because they did this.
It's all learning.
Yeah. Cool. Shall I move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only got one more game, so it's fine. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered.
Next.
It's really good. And one of the reasons why I purchased this on the PlayStation 4, so I had to resubscribe to PS Plus as well. But the cool thing is it's 20 quid and you can play it multiplayer, cross-platform on Android phones and the Nintendo Switch. And
That's cool.
there's a free version. It's the light version. But if the person who has the free version joins someone who has the full game, they can play the full game with that person. So I downloaded it on the PlayStation, and my missus downloaded it on the Switch. And we've been playing it together, and we've had a lot of fun playing this.
So you buy it.
Yeah.
You buy it on the PS4, and she can get it for free on the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know No Way Out did that, didn't it? Peebs,
Yeah,
didn't
Way
it?
Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Way Out. Sorry.
So the cool thing about, I mean, this was originally a GameCube game, and you could play it co-op using DSs, I believe, or something. But this has no local co-op. It's online only.
It was Game Boy Advance, mate.
Game Boy Advance,
Game Boy
yeah, bloody hell,
Advance, yeah.
Game Boy Advance, yeah, that's how long ago it was. So
I've got
basically,
it
it's got
still.
this little story which I haven't really paid attention to, but you go and do dungeons. But the annoying thing is about this, one of you has to carry this stupid lamp thing around.
Yep. Yep.
And if you go outside of the lamp zone, you get injured. I mean, you can drop the lamp, so as long as you stay in that zone, both of you can fight. But I think it's just a kind of a way to keep everyone together in the same area.
Imagine how much fun that was when I was playing it on my own.
Yeah, so when you're playing it on your own, you can get the Moogle to carry it, though, can't you? Well,
Oh, right. I can't remember. I just remembered like basically carrying it myself, dropping it down for
yeah.
the enemies, picking it up, moving it along, dropping it down. It was like, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, so in the single player, you can get the Moogle, the AI Moogle, to carry it around, so he just follows you and carries it, so it's fine. But in the multiplayer, one of you has to carry it. But yeah, we've been having fun. It's just dungeon run. So basically, the crux is you need to fill this thing up with this liquid from trees, which is like some magic, and you have to go into all in these dungeons on the map. So but the cool thing is, like, so I'm playing on the PlayStation. I'm going around the map doing the campaign, and then when I hit a dungeon, it says, "Do you want to do it in multiplayer?" And then my missus can join and do the dungeons with me, which is quite cool. So yeah, been having some fun with it. I mean, the graphics aren't amazing or anything, but it's been just kind of a reskin. But, you know, for 20 quid, we're having a lot of fun with it, and it's a co-op game that we can play together. So yeah.
Didn't it have some issues or something when it first released? Because it kind of got slated a fair bit.
I mean, I don't know. I think it came out a month or so ago, so I've only just picked it up this week. And we've not had any issues getting online together or anything like that.
It might have been with one of the other platforms then or something that was having issues with it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, it I mean, I'm glad. I mean, it does feel like a kind of a budget game. But yeah, it's Final Fantasy game, so we're going to play it, you know. So it's good, enjoying it. That's all I played. Questions?
Cool.
Let's do the questions quickly.
Question.
Where's the bloody questions gone? Okay.
So, has anyone had the? I know, just going off topic quickly.
Yep.
The Xbox dashboard update.
Yes, I had that a while ago because I'm in the beta.
Yeah, I
It's
only had
decent.
mine this week. Yeah, I like it.
I think it's very snappy. It's
Yeah.
easier to find things as well now. I
Yeah, and
think
it's a little bit more
What's
grown
the
up.
difference?
Nothing major.
It's
I
like
mean, the store's had an overhaul as well, hasn't it?
massive
That looks a bit-
overhaul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally got used to the store. Like once they've changed it, and yeah, it is better than what it was. But at first, it was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more it's more customizable as well now. The your dashboard and how you have, when you press the button and you can go see your achievements and your friends list. You can move
that's
them
a lot
around.
better. That's a lot better. And it's
Yeah.
all listed on the left-hand side of the screen. I personally just find it easier to find everything, and it just
Yeah.
looks nicer. Yeah.
One of the things I know they're not going to get rid of the fucking shitty advertisements that take up my background image off of it, but I'm hoping that at least with the Series X that they go for a 4K dashboard, because it's still only like 1080, isn't it?
Oh,
Whereas
is
like
it?
you put on the Pro and straight away it's like perfect, like 4K. It just looks absolutely lush, and then you sort of switch to the Xbox, and it's like, yeah, it's good enough. But like, I think there was a reason why they didn't want the dash to be in 4K.
Okay, I've never even noticed, to be honest. Didn't even know.
Yeah. Well, you generally play it on the PC anyway, don't you? So, or have it up on the PC.
Well, my
so.
Xbox is on every day.
Oh, true.
For Disney Plus. So, yeah. Okay, well, let's just go to the questions. I've got a few. Callum Malcolm says, is the Series S digital edition at $250 with Game Pass the best value entry in gaming now? Seems like a crazy good deal.
Yes, it is a good deal, especially if you obviously download all your games. To be fair, most of my games I download now. I can't remember the last disc I bought.
Well, I actually disagree with the fact that, yes, it's cheap, but I don't feel it's a true next-gen experience because you're not getting... It doesn't pump out anything in 4K. The graphics processor isn't as powerful as the Xbox One X. Yes, it's got a better CPU, but if you want that proper next-gen experience, I would go for the Series X. Even if you don't have a 4K TV, you're probably going to pick one up at some point. I'll just buy it now. And
Agree.
just get it over,
For kids, though, it's perfect.
Yeah, for kids. Yeah, if it's a second console or something like that, yeah. But if, like, in my mind, if you love your kids, you'll buy them a Series X. You listening, Colin?
Yes,
I'm
I'm going to
joking.
buy him a Series X.
But
We'll see how it goes.
I think you'll be future-proofing yourself, because I think in a few years games will take more advantage of the more powerful system. And it's the same with it's not really the same with the PlayStation, but with the PS5, you've got the digital edition and the edition with the disc tray. It's an extra £100 for the one with the disc tray. I would always go for the one with the disc tray, even though I buy personally most of my games digital. It's nice to have that option.
Yeah, you're not locked in.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like for example, Ghost of Tsushima. I've borrowed that. I borrowed the disc. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
I think the PS5 and the Xbox Series X play 4K Blu-rays. I know not many people really buy them now, but you got the option, right? If you see them in a sale or something, oh yeah, I'll buy that. I can put that in. So it's all about having the options.
Media every day gives people reasons to own physical media, because they're constantly ripping down episodes of TV shows or in films because they're apparently culturally insensitive or some shit.
Yeah.
For this generation that we've spawned into this world. So yeah, like physical media will probably be going for a while longer until they try and phase it out. But like there's always an advantage to have it. It seems these days, and they're just giving us more and more reasons to own physical media by constantly altering and changing stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Nikki Wilson says. Sorry, did you want to say something, Colin? Do you want to jump in?
No.
Okay. Nikki Wilson says, so the PS5 hard drive is going to be 660 gig, and same as PS4, you need double the game size available to download then install. The Xbox Series X isn't much better at 880 gig. Why don't these consoles have 3 terabytes minimum, and why don't game devs compress their game sizes? I mean, we touched on this earlier. Storage is expensive,
cost, isn't it? Yeah,
I mean,
cost,
now, because
basically.
100%, because now with these faster hard drives, they are very expensive. So you got to keep
if they were standard, if they were the standard hard drives, then they could easily put like a 4 terabyte in them, no issue. But because these ones being SSDs or whatever they are, then
I know
the price just goes up.
100%.
And I've seen. Obviously, I've watched the Digital Foundry video with although I'm not really going to use it. You can see the advantages that it has, especially during their weird, you want to play 4 games at once, and it just goes you in switching between the games. Yeah,
that is a cool feature. I have to admit.
That's why I believe the Series S has that bigger CPU, so it can do all that processing.
Well, it has the same CPU as the Series X, so it's interesting. But yeah, I think it's cool. All right, I'm going to move on because I know time's ticking on. Ian Stewart says, Mark, have you got your graphics card yet? No, I don't. Also, as PC Master Race, do you think people wanting a Series X at launch is any different to PC gamers upgrading their systems? I keep seeing people saying no decent games at launch. What's the point on getting a Series X or PS5 or can get them on standard Xbox? But seeing the upgrades on current gen games is good enough for me. And you've touched on a good point there, Ian. I don't think it is any different. You know, an upgrade to a PC is the same as buying a new console. You're probably paying more to do an upgrade on a PC anyway. You know, and a lot of it is, you know, you want to see improvements on some of your current games. You know, for example, for me. One of the reasons why I wanted to do an upgrade was I wanted to play Cyberpunk. I know because it's on current gen and it's going to be on next gen. I wanted to play Cyberpunk at, you know, the best quality I could. You know, the ray tracing and all that bollocks. But also to see improvements in some of my current games as well. Like Star Wars, maybe like something in like PUBG, some better performance on that. Or Metro, you know, there's loads of games, you know, that you can always eke out a little bit more performance, and it's nice to see that upgrade on the game.
I mean, it's like with the thing I was happy to see on there is obviously there's a couple of games that I got obviously on the Xbox One X that I know will obviously be playable on the Series X because technically it's the same system, just more powerful. And obviously one of them is that they demoed on the Digital Foundry video is Dead or Alive 6, which I like. Now, Dead or Alive 6 has a 4K option to play that game, but the frame rate is so shit that you would never use it.
Yeah, because fighters are all silky smooth.
Whereas they showcased it on the Digital Foundry thing and went, if you're playing it in graphics mode, it'll run at a locked 60 FPS.
Nice and
smooth. I was like, exactly. Just how it's going to be. And obviously, same with Monster Hunter, going to be a similar thing with that as well.
Brilliant.
So, which is all good. I mean, this is the other thing that's kind of weird because obviously they talked about Black Desert this week, like very loosely, just basically saying that, it's going to be playable on the Series X. But they haven't obviously talked about the performance changes and everything in there, but they'll come naturally anyway because of the SSD, which will load everything a lot faster, which is one of the issues with the game, the texture loading and all that kind of stuff at times. But then they said, we know that it's playable on the Series X, but if you own the PS4 version, we don't know if your save files will carry across to the PS5.
Weird.
And loads of people were kicking off and being like, "Oh, why is that? The Xbox does it, blah blah blah," and it's why can't PlayStation do it? And it's like because PlayStation's doing a brand new system,
Yeah. So it's
whereas
strange.
the Xbox is the same system but just way more powerful. So everything will work across the whole thing, which is a cool thing Microsoft has actually done. But obviously they can't do that, and you shouldn't expect that from the PlayStation.
No,
because it's a brand new system, it's going to have a different dashboard and everything.
Yeah, so PlayStation are going more the traditional console generation route. You know, there's a new system, it's next gen, and it's going to have all new games. People get excited, which is the way it always has been. Whereas Xbox has kind of gone the PC route, where it's like, oh yeah, here's a more powerful console. It's going to play all the next gen games, but it's going to play all your old games as well, through all the old systems going back to the OG Xbox, which is kind of like having a PC and having your Steam library.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. So it is interesting seeing the different tactics that the companies are using. I think Sony are doing some things right in that though, because one of the things that gets you excited for a next gen system is those exclusive games that you can only get on that system, which is one of the reasons why in my household we'll get a PS5 before an Xbox Series X. Yeah, because that's the thing. That's like, well, I want those exclusive games that I can't play anywhere else, and you
own a PC, so
but I'll probably end up getting an Xbox at some point.
There.
But yeah.
I mean, we haven't even still seen anything about no one's actually had a proper, real, full-on hands-on with the PS5 that I'm aware of. We haven't seen the dashboard or anything yet, have we?
Well, there was a leak, a supposed leak of the dashboard I saw on Twitter the other day, but I haven't mentioned it because I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I don't know if it was fake or not. So I think it may have been, but I think some Japanese reviewers may have had their hands on it maybe yesterday, and stuff is starting to trickle out. But I want to make sure it's actually true first before I mention it. Anyway, let's go to the next question. There's one from Callum. Another one from Callum. It says, what do you think Ubisoft need to do to fix things after the controversy coming out of the company? I can provide news report. This is about the sexual misconduct thing.
I haven't really fully looked into it.
I haven't either.
Like, sometimes talking to someone in the wrong way these days is sexual misconduct.
It says that 3 senior executives at game maker Ubisoft have stepped down amid an investigation into sexual misconduct.
Hashtag I'm with her.
I don't know.
It's probably people using their positions to manipulate people and stuff. I don't know, or do favours stuff. I haven't really fully looked into it myself, to be honest. I know there's a few people screeching about it on Twitter.
Yeah, this article's quite long and I can't really see what the specific misconduct was, so can't really comment on it because I wasn't there, so I don't know. There's nothing that Ubisoft can do. I mean, they've done what they've done and they've made a statement about it, and yeah, it's like sometimes I don't really kind of want to know about what goes on behind the scenes at game devs. It's like with the Witcher developer making
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, with CD Projekt Red, there was a thing in the news this week that they're making the staff work 6-day weeks.
Oh, Jason Schreier was rubbing his cock with glee, wasn't he?
And I was like,
again,
right,
he's a shit heel.
And but then I was
in advance.
But then I was reading more into it, and it's like, unlike other countries, the staff get paid overtime for all the extra hours they're working, and
they get massive bonuses.
They get 10%. Staff get 10% of the sales of the game as well, and it's going to be like
nice.
Stupidly. Apparently, like someone was saying, they're going to get at least a $50,000 bonus each, every single employee.
Yeah.
And in Poland, where the wages are shit, that's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
So if that was me and my boss was like, yeah, you need to work 6 days a week, but you're going to get all this money, I'd be like, all right, mate, I'll crack on. Cheers. It's not, and it's because it's not going to be forever. The game's out in a couple of months, isn't it? So
yeah, their bonuses are going to be like 3 times the average annual wage of a person in.
Greed is good.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know what people are bitching about.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It
pussies.
sucks in the moment, but everyone's going to get compensated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And enjoy their life and have a nice holiday and.
Yes,
the only way round this, as far as I'm concerned, to avoid.
Speaking of Polish,
is don't put trailers or games out until they're finished.
I want them out as soon as possible
if
to
you
make
can
good money.
actually fully finish a game and then put a trailer out and go, yeah, this is out in 3 months.
Well, here's the problem though. Pre-ordering is big when it comes to leveling out the income streams, right, and the revenue. Like there's a heavy reliance on pre-ordering, is my understanding, because
that's not exactly
contributes.
Sustainable, is it?
I'm just saying I understand it, because you've got all this investment and then a massive cliff event payoff, whereas the whole pre-order mechanism ramps the revenue in a more predictable and manageable way.
I mean, that's obviously why we've seen the constant push of like pre-order now and unlock the
but the thing is, it's like
what, mate?
But the thing is, I don't get is why would you pre-order something digital? I don't, wait until it's
out. You get the pre-order bonuses.
Admittedly, I did actually pre-buy Cyberpunk a couple of weeks ago, only because it was on a sale on CD keys for 35 quid. And I thought, well, might as well just buy it now. But usually I don't do that.
Yeah, and I may take it back. When you pre-order, your account's not debited right away, right? It's only debited when the game comes out.
It depends on CD keys you are.
Oh, really?
That's because it's a key site, yeah.
Okay. Either but pre-order again. The pre-order volumes serve as a metric and a weather vane for how well will this game sell, and how much revenue can we count on, and how much can we expend to make this game good. Yeah,
certain games don't need that though. Like, you're not saying like they're going to be like, oh, we've got to judge the pre-order numbers on the next Elder Scrolls game or whatever to see if it's going to do very well. It's pretty obvious it will do.
Okay.
Like you've obviously, like, say they bring out another Elder Scrolls game, there's about a 75% chance that game is going to sell more copies than the previous Elder Scrolls game did.
Yep, I agree.
It won't now. Now it's going to be on Game Pass. LOLs.
No, probably not, actually.
Yeah. Okay, let's just go for the last few questions. I've got 3 questions. Okay, 4 questions. What game sequels would you like to see from Wes?
What? Say again?
What game sequels would you like to see? I would like something fresh, actually, to be honest.
I like the Order 1880s.
Yeah, I'd quite like a new one of them.
Yeah, but we never will though, because they've moved on now.
The missus just whispered Alan Wake to me. That's a good one.
Yeah. What have they done? That was ready at dawn, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've gone on to
the
other
Order.
Stuff. Yeah, they're not doing stuff for Sony anymore.
Oh, well done. They were a good developer, actually.
I don't think the game sold that well though, because everyone slagged it off, didn't they? The usual.
Because it's not a 40-hour fest.
Yeah. You know what it's like? It's like Rise, Son of Rome. That was the other one that got slagged off as well, didn't it?
But yeah, again, that's got a really niche, but beloved following, and I thought it was a great game.
Yeah. But you know what gamers are like.
True.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I need to come off.
Sorry, I have to keep muting myself because my child won't stop being noisy. So I'm going to do one more question. I'm going to save the rest for next week. So,
okay.
Bryax87 says, when's the last time you played your Vita and what game was it? That thing was awesome. Remote playing Battlefield 4 from my bed was the best.
I played
mine a year ago.
Oh, you sold yours, did you?
Yep.
I played mine the other week actually because I see Peebs was trophy whoring on the PlayStation, and he got 2 platinums on 2 cheapy games. And I looked them up and I thought, oh, you can play these on the Vita. So I picked both of them up that he bought. I've played one of them. I haven't platinum both of them yet. I've only played one of them actually. But I can see why he picked them up now. They're fucking easy to get trophies on. Jesus.
Yeah.
All you got to do is push the button to start the game. It gives you a trophy.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but no, it's good. I do love the Vita.
Yeah, I played mine about 6 months ago. I think it was at work. Was playing. I'll remember it in a minute. But if anyone else wants to move on,
yeah. So I dug my Vita out about a couple of months ago actually, and played some Final Fantasy VI on it because I still haven't finished it.
Odin's Sphere was what I was playing on it.
Oh, Odin's Sphere Left Plaza.
Yeah,
that's good. That game.
All of their games look gorgeous on the
lovely
Vita.
art style.
The OG Vita screen with the OLED.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I'll never sell that.
No, they're going up and up in value. They are.
Yep.
I'm lucky. I've got 3. You know what I'm like? Can't have one.
Oh, I know. I know.
The trouble is, I've got to keep charging them, otherwise they go flat. That's the thing with batteries, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, shall we end it?
Yep.
Good still.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been awesome to have you guys on. Thank you very much. So from me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSND, Steam ID, Webby, 360G.
Resident Chivo Whore, Mr. Peebs.
It's #1 Stuntmaster.
Collie Wally.
Is that everyone?
Switch.
We lost Darren.
Say?
Oh, I'm not.
I can hear you now, Darren.
Says goodbye.
Out the tunnel, Darren.
Hello, Darren. Oh, he's popped out.
Gone.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Fucking technological bullshit.
And me,
Nothing
Sensei
works
Switch.
properly.
Alrighty, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Bye.
Thanks very much. Don't forget to visit the website 360gamercast.com. Follow us on Twitter at 360gamercast. If you want to get a show every single week, subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/360gamercast. So thank you very much. We will see you next week. If you're Patreon, goodbye.
Thanks for listening to 360 Gamercast. And remember, next time the boss isn't around, join us in the forums at 360gamercast.com.